I'm Christian Torres, and you're watching The Everyday Gator. Today, we're in Turlington Plaza, about to have some fun in the sun. I'm going to go tell some stories to people and see how long they stick around. Let's go see how that works out. This is going back a couple ways. This is back when I was about 11 years old, right? I didn't live with my parents, right? I lived with my aunt and uncle and my cousin, right? And my uncle, he was manager of a hardware place. My aunt was a stay-at-home mom, and they never really cared for me much. They always really doted more on my cousin. And I really kind of felt neglected because I always missed my parents. They died in a car accident when I was younger. It was really sad, but you get over it. It's my 11th birthday, right? And this guy, right? He comes to me. He comes to where I'm staying, knocks on my door, and he says, "Hey, you just gotten accepted to this school, right? You should come here. Your tuition is fully paid. Your parents set it up before they left. It's gonna be great, right?" So I decided, you know what? I'm going, right? And it was sort of like nothing like Harry Potter. Nothing like Harry Potter. But it's this private school, right? And I decide, I'm going to go to this private school. The guy who came to me, he gives me a train ticket to get on this train. Everybody really loves me because they know my reputation and whatnot, and my parents had a reputation. And, most people really love me except for this one other kid who I think he might have been a Nazi. He hates me. One of my professors hates me, I think he had a thing for my mom back in the day, and I don't know, right? I have to go into the basement of this school because one of the teachers of this school is actually, right, a terrorist, right, who wants to destroy my world, right? And he doesn't want anybody to know about it, right? But so he goes into this place to get this stone of sorcery. Peachy, great year. I won the house cup. Awesome, right? So next year, I'm 12 years old, right? He frames me for dropping a cake on my uncle's boss's wife, right? And now they think I did that, so they put bars in my windows. They say, you can't go back to that school anymore. I'm like, oh man, but I love that school. All my friends go to that school. I meet a celebrity who's actually going to be my professor in the next year. Crazy stuff, am I right? Everything's going well. I'm framed for murders. Everyone thinks I'm a murderer now. That's great, I have to go into another basement. This school has so many basements. I cannot tell you how many basements this school has, right? Go into the basement again. It was a bit more like a chamber, if I'm being honest, right? Go there. They had a huge snake problem in their thing. Anyway, I kill the snake. Everything's Gucci, right? Everybody loves me again. The guy who I mentioned who's like a Nazi who hates me, his dad literally tries to kill me in the hallway. Really awkward. We're going to get to the next 5 years, right, together. I tell you, these next 5 years it's really going to get good. Fourth year, it gets really dark, right? Because, basically, the Hitler comes back, basically, right? And the headmaster of my school died. That was, spoiler alert, that was totes ox, right? And in the 7th year, I kill Hitler again. After he comes back again, I travel all around Great Britain, right? I didn't mention I'm from England, sorry. To find these things to try to kill magical Hitler. Magic, sorry, I forgot to mention I have magic. I take my wand, because I'm a wizard, right? I'm summarizing Harry Potter, yeah. And I take my wand, right? He takes his wand. We both do magic stuff, right? And all of a sudden, he's dead. Super convenient. 19 years pass, right? And I have kids, right? With really stupid names, if I'm being completely honest. Oh, but father, but what if I get sorted into Slytherin? And I'm like, don't worry, son, it's okay. Because reasons. What's your name?
I'm Kelsey.
Kelsey.
I have a Harry Potter
You
tattoo.
do have a Harry Potter tattoo. That was fortuitous.
You don't even know.
And I did not base this story off of seeing that at all. So our story starts, right, a couple years ago, right? It was back when I was in high school. My parents right now at this point in their relationship aren't doing so hot, right? My father, he's kind of a little like a weak kind of guy. My mother, she just sort of let herself go. Things aren't really going great for me at this point. My girlfriend at the time, she was supporting me through it, and I'm trying to have my band play at the school dance, right? Mm-hmm. I had this internship back in high school, sort of this work study thing where I worked with local scientists and whatnot, helped him on a couple of his experiments. After school, I would go down there sometimes. I would help him out. he would basically give me school credit for it and whatnot. And it was a pretty good deal. I would feed his dog, take care of his house, things like that. He says, hey, I got something big. Come down to the mall. You're going to help me out. You're going to help me out on this. And it's going to be really, really big stuff, right? He tells me, right? I show up. He's nowhere to be seen. He comes out of this van, right? And he's like, this is going to be big. He gives me this video camera. He's like, hold this, right?
Sorry.
Yeah, of course.
Is this Back to the Future? It sounds like it.
I don't think so.
No?
Anyway,
Okay.
it's this sports car. It was a really limited edition sports car. It has this like silver, like stainless steel outline, suicide doors kind of thing going on. Okay, now hold this camera I'm gonna accelerate this car, and when this car reaches, what was it again? It was 88 miles per hour. 88 miles per hour. You're gonna see some serious something. You're gonna see stuff that I can't say because it's a university show. He almost kills me because he drives the car right in my direction. Right? Mm-hmm. Crazy, but I did not expect what would happen next. Car vanishes, disappears. Don't know where it went. Reappears a minute later. Dog's fine. Everything's Gucci. Right? All of a sudden, who shows up next?
Wait. Who shows up next?
Yeah, who shows up next?
You're
right, it's Libyan terrorists. It's crazy.
Oh.
So these terrorists, they come out and they pull out their guns and they're like, rat-a-tat-tat-tat,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, oh my God, they shoot the guy I work for, right? Well, I'm in a barn, right? Who knows? This guy comes in, starts shooting up the place, saying that I'm an alien because I'm wearing a radiation suit, right? Run into my dad, weirdest thing, He's in a diner, right, with the future mayor of the town who's just mopping floors. Mm-hmm. I push him out of the way. The car instead hits me, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to get you back to the place that is yet to happen, right? But it turns out that I accidentally prevented my parents from meeting. And it's like, how am I going to get them together? I don't know what it takes, because it don't take money. It don't take fame. You don't need no credit card to ride this train. The enchantment under the sea dance is actually this week, right? I devise a plan, right? I ask my mother out to the dance, and then I get handsy with her, right? So that my father will open the door, punch me. It'll turn out, everything will be great. They'll fall in love. That doesn't happen. He punches Biff like, oh my, cool, it was amazing, right? Great scene in the movie. I mean, a great thing to happen to me, right? I'm going to play a song. What song should I play? You know what I played? I played Endless Love, but that didn't go over so well, so then I played Johnny Be Good, and it went over much better, right? I got to get back to the town square because a lightning bolt that hits the clock tower is going to strike at one time, so it's going to go down the court, hit the car. We're going to go back to the place that is yet to happen, and it's going to be Gucci. The DeLorean comes in again, hits the trash cans, and he tells me, oh my God, something's got to be done about your kids, because the car now flies. Should have mentioned that. They got a hover conversion.
You don't need roads there. Right?
Yeah, exactly. We didn't. And a hover conversion in the early 21st century, right? My kid got involved in some bad stuff, right? Yeah. He is like, because the grandson of the bully I mentioned from the first part of the story, right? He is actually trying to get my son to get involved into petty crime. He gives it to his past self, who then goes on a gambling spree, gets really rich, creates a casino, becomes an American hero, basically, and creates this entire future that's just really messed up. But what happens? A lightning bolt hits the car while it's in the air, because remember, it flies. Mm-hmm. He goes back to the Wild Wild West, not the Will Smith movie that was very subpar, but 1885. He and me use the car to go back in time again to 1885 to pick him up because he's going to die in the past because of over a matter of $30 when he's killed by Buford Mad Dog Tannen. I get back into the car, we use a train to push the car, accelerate to 88 miles per hour, get back to the place that is yet to happen. The car is destroyed by a train. Another train comes in. Turns out that the guy has had kids. He's with the woman. Everything's great. And there is no fourth one, so that's the end of it. That was Back to the Future.
Yeah. Oh, wow. How could I know?
Well, that's all we have for you today. See you next time on The Everyday Gator.